What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fuck Your Feelings, the greatest podcast that ever exists, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the clips. Clips out here. Hey, man, this is a phenomenal episode. We got Jeremy Scippio.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Pulled up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. How many cameras? I don't know which one to look at.
Hey, just look into my eyes, brother.
This is an immaculate setup.
Thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty nice.
It was way more expensive than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like $3,000, and then I kept having to buy shit for the other shit to work. You got to buy one thing for something else to work.
Here's the problem. They always hit you with it's only gonna be X amount of dollars. And you're like, all right, bet. Then you start getting stuff, and they're like, oh, I forgot to tell you. So then also if you get this, and you're like, this is $15,000, bro.
Yeah. Damn near. It's in that ballpark.
Because when I came last time, it was just three phone cameras. Now you got
oh yeah, this is one set up, huh?
You got literally 3 big ass professional cameras, even though the phones are extremely professional cameras. And then you got a different ring light. Like this is you got the lights. Hey man, let me tell you something, brother. You're not bullshitting when you come back to LA.
I'm not bullshitting. We got Megan Sousa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thank you.
Namaste.
Hey man, look, I come in peace. And I appreciate you for having me, man.
Hey man, appreciate you for pulling up. And we got motherfucking CT.
What up?
Back in the building.
You know what I'm saying?
Back in this fourth time, I think.
I don't know. I feel like I have done the most episodes of everybody.
You have.
And I should, because I like this show. This is a good time. It's always fun.
It's always fun, man. Hey man, this is the first question. Did any of y'all see House Party?
Yes.
Not yet. It's on the list.
Now, I was going to go.
Okay.
But it was raining all weekend.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's the excuse I'm using.
Why do people in LA get to use that excuse?
It was raining.
Why does it work?
Because rain is like so for people in
Absolutely.
Oh,
1000%.
Okay.
Yeah, in LA. How did you see it, CT?
No. Shout out to DC Young Fly, man. I love that guy. He is one of the funniest, most down to earth people in the world.
That's a fact on Down to Earth for sure.
And he deserves every opportunity that he's receiving because he's worked so hard and his spirit is attracting it.
Mm-hmm.
I second that motion. And I also want to shout out Melvin Gregg.
Oh, Melvin in too?
Oh, I love Melvin.
Okay,
Big
shout out to
homie.
Chinadu. I knew Chinadu was
Oh,
there.
yeah,
I know
Chinadu.
Teddy
Shout
Ray
out
in
to
it.
Jamar, Teddy. Yeah.
Jamar,
They on
and,
the team.
what's Andrew Santino?
There's a lot of people in that movie.
Oh, yeah, Santino. Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm excited to see it though.
No, I plan to see it.
Yeah, I saw it. I went to the premiere, and it was most of the people was there anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was great. It's one scene in particular I feel like people didn't like that I loved.
Uh-oh.
And if you saw the movie, you know what the scene is.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was amazing. I'll watch a whole second movie of that.
Hmm.
You'll see it. You'll know immediately.
Well, I feel like the
Now I'm
podcast will be
curious.
out by the time so you might as well tell us.
Yeah, you might as well tell us. What was
Oh, really? You allowed to do
Is
that?
it-
Spoiler alert?
Is it
Wait,
the end of the
what?
movie?
Hold on, wait.
Oh,
Are
don't
we-
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I did not agree to this one.
Y'all spoiled
I'm like, hold on.
Yo, why I talked into this like yo? I talked into the water bottle. No, don't spoil nothing. Don't spoil nothing.
You'll know it immediately.
It's like a secret. The way you said it, like I always want to know a secret. So it's like when you're like, yeah, man. It's like, hey man, just tell
Trust me,
bro.
I want to. It's funny as fuck. Like,
Well, tell me how you felt about it, because what I was told was they felt a little odd about the British dude doing an American, like the fact that he was doing that role. Like,
damn, who's British?
Exactly.
I haven't seen no interviews.
oh, so you didn't even know.
Clued
No.
Yeah. Idris Elba.
The other black dude is British,
Which one?
not Jacob Lattimore.
Oh,
but the
Jacob.
other
Okay.
one. Yeah,
Oh,
the
so he's
other
British.
one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm offended. I'm offended now. That nigga sound like 50 Cent. Taking our jobs. What?
Well, that's what I was gonna get to, because I was like, you know, how y'all feel about that? Because I know there's some amazing like British actors, but at the same time, sometimes I'll be like, well, damn, like, is that taking away jobs from American actors? But sometimes I feel like casting directors are just so impressed that someone can go from a British accent to an English like that automatically. They're like, oh wow, and then you know they give him a job sometimes.
Yeah, man.
But do you feel like he was the best person that they could have found?
We'll never know.
Yeah, that's CT. Your feedback.
Raise it up. All right.
I think, man, look, good acting is like good singing. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody think they can sing, but you know what I mean? When get a chill down your spine. You be like, oh, how can you argue with that? So I think that
so you got to chill down your spine when you saw his.
Oh, I am actively not giving my review of this movie. Y'all not gonna catch me giving a full review. That comes later.
See, here's I was hesitant to even bring up this movie just because we have so many. There you go. Just because we have so many friends that's in this particular movie. Absolutely. Out of any movie, I think that's come out in years, and it also speaks to how well our class is doing. That so many of us are starting to be in something too. Yeah. That's what I feel like that's what it's also saying too. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, this movie has the most cameos a movie can have. I mean, any excuse to put somebody in it, they're in it. So it's you talk about rappers, NBA players. I wonder what was the method behind that, because it's kind of cool. You have movies, the ensemble cast movies like Friday After Next. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just where people keep popping up. You know what I mean? This one I do wonder. I have to see some interviews on it because I wonder why so many cameos.
I know the answer to that. What you about to say?
I mean, we know the answer to that.
I don't know. Go.
Okay, in my opinion, it's like an opportunity it's a party. So it's like an opportunity. You already got the LeBron storylines. You're like, why stop there? There should be other celebrities, other people, because it's going to draw asses in the seat.
It's always
asses. It's always promotion. It's asses in the seat. They like, if we get this person, that person,
target
this person,
audience,
they're going to post it on their Instagram and they TikTok to say, go see the movie.
Okay.
That's all that's about.
That's any cameo.
But it's smart because it's like in the context of a party. It's like, it's easy to see that working.
Yeah, it's the most though. I ain't gonna lie. It's like you can't, if you blink your eyes, you gonna miss somebody
every second.
Yeah, I mean, and it's categories too, because you got a lot of social media people. You know what I mean? And that's to be honest, it's hard for me to keep up with certain aspects of, because for real, I'm more affiliated with anybody in social media who has some connection to comedy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot that my girl put me on too. She'd be watching themselves. So it's from people I only seen once, or it seemed like a chick who's going on some rant about men.
Yo, I hate kicking it. I hate kicking it with young people. Young chicks. I remember I was on set doing MacGyver. And
my girl's of age, by the way. No,
sure. How old is she?
Damn, dog. I got to tell my girl age on the thing.
Well, when you bring it up like she's young and you say of age.
Well, I did. I'm just saying, that's how I keep up.
20s or 30s.
She's my age. Literally my age.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 40? No, I'm joking. No, it's called fucking feelings.
That's funny.
Okay. I was on set and one of my co-stars, she was doing a guest star role on the show. Justin, look at this TikTok. And Justin, look at this TikTok. I'm like, bitch, grow up. God damn. How many TikToks are you about to show me? It wasn't like it wasn't entertaining, but I'm like, God damn, if this is what dating a 20-year-old is, I feel bad.
Yeah. So, there's no way I can do that.
Okay.
not even a little
I just ain't know. I didn't know if that's what you was going through.
About to hop on that talk, bro.
Hey, I do got a question about
making people pop.
Oh, you ain't lying.
I'm on there. But you know what? The algorithm not as good.
No, it's greater than any other algorithm because it's fair. It allows you as nobody to drop a video and you can hit 1 million in that day. That next video might hit 200.
Yeah.
But a month after that video might hit 3 million. You just never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
I've been actually having a lot of success on Facebook recently. But you're right. You're right about TikTok though.
What about MySpace?
Was that serious?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but I know MySpace was trying to come back on some music shit.
Yeah,
that's okay.
They dropped out. They dropped out. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the history of social media, how it waves up and down, and everybody's like, how's your YouTube these days?
You know what?
Facebook's good for me.
Fuck it, CT. Just put the mic however you need.
Yeah, I'm about to this thing is
put it in front of you. Put it however you need to put it. Yeah, he got that mic stand on some bullshit today.
But the British thing that you were talking about earlier, I don't think he's stealing jobs, because we often like to think that, if this British dude didn't get it, I would have got it. And that's not the case. It just would have been somebody else. So it's not even. And I'm one of those people that is enamored by a British accent. So it's like I get it with casting.
Oh, so
I
see, you
get
a
it.
fan of that?
I love it, bro, because I went to an audition and they were like, "Yo, you got to play this African dude." I'm like, "Easy." So I go in with my serious African accent, not the one I joke with. And at the end of it, they were like, "So where are you from?" And I was like, "Shit, man, Detroit." And they were like, "Oh, because you can find that out. I'm a public figure,
right?"
So they were like, "All right, well, we love your voice. What we're looking for, authentic." And I was like, "All right, whatever." And when you see the British dudes come in, they nail it so much you don't even know that they're British. Yeah. So as long as we don't know, I think that goes to show a range of acting. And
man, fuck them niggas. No, somebody gotta hate.
Hey, but you know what though? You end up like in a scene with these people. So I'm saying you be talking shit like that happened to I think it happened to Samuel Jackson twice. He was talking shit on 50 Cent. And then acting with him, he was like, "I actually like this dude." But he was like, "Man, I'm sick of these rappers coming and taking the jobs." And then same with Daniel
Ludacris.
Ludacris?
No, I'm saying along with your point.
Oh yeah,
Ludacris.
Yeah, you know, so it's just like, man.
Well, Daniel what's his name?
Kaluuya, I think.
He's fire.
Yeah,
he's one of the best actors out there.
Yeah, he's fire.
Yeah,
but I think Samuel Jackson.
Fred the joint.
Fred Hammond.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred. Oh yeah.
It's not Fred
Hampton. Oh, you think that's the gospel singer, right? That's the gospel singer, right? You say that?
Hey, you know the nigga, the Black Panther, the Black Panther that song Negro Spirituals. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He had a duet.
Yo.
He had a duet with Donnie McKirkland. You know what I'm talking about. You know,
Hampton.
They killed him.
Yo.
Fred Hampton. Tomato.
Yeah.
Two niggas, dark skin, light skin. You know.
That's how they cast too. Like, oh, I thought you was the other one.
Yo.
Shout out for you catching that.
The comments would have destroyed you. No, if they just say, oh man.
Had me confused. I was like, hold on, wait.
Oh yeah.
Because I said it with confidence.
Oh, so much confidence.
And that's the key. When you saying shit wrong, you just gotta say it with confidence.
Yo. You know what's funny? Who do people tell you look like?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I have a whole bit about this. It depends on what I'm wearing.
That makes sense.
It depends on what I'm wearing. It depends on what it's given and what it gave. If I'm wearing glasses, it could be this, it could be that. I get a lot of different things.
Do you watch Umbrella Academy?
No, I do not.
Do you watch it, Justin?
I seen some of the first season.
Jeremy?
Nah.
Who?
So the black girl on the show. I'm about to pull her up right now.
Pull up.
Okay.
And while I'm doing this, Justin, pull up a picture, like post production, and show side by side her and the young lady I'm referencing.
Okay.
Black.
This got to be good now because
Black
the
lady.
suspense is there.
Black lady on. What I supposed to be pulling up? People are listening like, man, what the fuck is this? I can't even see this shit.
Watch.
Black lady, well, you pulling it up. So
maybe I need to start auditioning with the British accent and just tell them.
if you audition like that, they're gonna be like, Idris Elba. I did a film with Idris Elba. I didn't know he was British until they said cut.
Yeah.
And then he was talking in his regular voice because I had seen him on the. Oh, even from far away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Show the camera.
Actually, yeah. I see the cheeks. Yeah.
Okay.
I see that.
It's mainly hair, her facial structure.
Yeah.
They look very similar. You could be like her little sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She ain't with it, but we see
disagree?
it. That's all that
No. Here's the thing. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh.
So that's why I was backing
Got
up.
you.
Because look, I was backing up
How
trying to
y'all
get a
ain't
clear.
never, how y'all never met each other? I don't know.
That is
she and I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've crossed paths.
You look very familiar.
Yeah, we've crossed paths out there, but I don't think we've been officially or properly introduced.
Well,
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
You too.
well. So when it comes to social media, how do y'all feel about like the pressure to? This is what I wanted to know honestly. Do y'all feel the pressure that you always have to seem like everything is going well in your life when it comes to social media?
No.
Okay.
I think.
I don't feel like you don't owe everybody. Why do I have to share every freaking emotion that I'm going through?
Don't pay attention to me.
It's just the running gag at this point.
It should be called "Fuck This Mic."
Yeah, fuck this fight. I'm sorry, CT.
No,
Oh, there we go. Look
but
at that.
I feel like it's like people kind of make their own pressure. He said we
Look at that. My man.
handheld.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I feel like people create their own pressure to feel like they have to do that. But here's the truth. I feel like on the opposite end, it's kind of on a balance where I should show people that I'm not okay to a certain degree. Because if not, then it's just not a reality. So if I'm going through something, I usually put it out as a statement of encouragement because I'm personally going through something.
Right.
So I'll just speak from my own experience. Like, if y'all are feeling like this, you know, you're not alone. It's okay. Like, because I don't want to portray some image like, because it's not real. So I feel like if someone is not grounded in their own reality, they then probably will feel that pressure to like portray life as a certain way. But I also feel like we don't have to.
Don't have to show shit.
You don't have to show none of that shit. But if you're a public figure and you're in the eye, you know, I feel like there is a little bit of a responsibility to show that, you know, it's okay to be human. Because I feel like social media is putting this pressure where you like niggas is filtering their face beyond belief.
Yo,
and you're like, what is going on? It just be like everybody looks like it's got that same filter. It's like, this just can't. Y'all got the same makeup artist?
Yo, let me tell you something.
That's
When
crazy.
I've gotten to know the filter so much. I'm gonna answer the question, but I've gotten to know the filter so much that when I see a young lady post a filter on Instagram, I'm like, oh, she didn't wash her face. She's like, oh, let me just use this is me with makeup filter. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
you're rusty right now, right?
Yeah.
However,
true.
the pressure to post yay and nay. I don't really feel pressure anymore because I've kind of detached myself from social media in the sense of it being my end all be all. However, I do understand that it is extremely addictive. And I also know that it's not real. So to your point first, Justin, with seeing people post online and they're like, yo, I want to share this, I want to share that. The brother posted his whole life, Twitch. And he seemed extremely happy.
Exactly.
He seemed like he always had a smile on his face. Everything was going well. And then, you know, we know how that story ended, unfortunately.
R.I.P.
So with that, now I don't believe anything. I don't believe the true smiles. I don't believe the true sadness because nobody knows how you're feeling except for you. And to your point, when it comes to people doing all the surgeries to their face and all these things to their body, I think it gives a horrible image to children because they see these things. You know how you post a video and people are like, oh, this fake. And you like, that's not fake, bro.
Right.
Like, that's real. Right. We're so desensitized.
Hey, you ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? I saw someone murdered on Facebook the other day and I was like, that was real, bro. You know what I mean? He chopped her head off and like, I was like, how is this video allowed? So like certain things.
They thought the Chris Rock, Will Smith slap wasn't real. I'm
Man,
like,
that's probably a sketch. You're like, come on, man.
man.
I know,
Like, give-
bro.
That's
don't
how
believe
far
shit.
we are.
I hate niggas that don't believe nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, because when that shit happened, it was like that shit was staged, it's fake.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, do you see how angry Will Smith was, bro? Ain't no acting that good in the world, bro. That was real deal rage.
Yeah.
See,
That
that's
was just-
Hollywood trying to put them together. See, now he got a special coming out, and then he got a movie. Like, that's not how this works, bro.
Nah, bro.
It's real.
If you ever been in this scenario, you know how real emotions work. Like,
If you've been smacked, nigga, I went back to 5th grade. Like, oh, that was real. He smacked the shit out of him. That
thought he
was
was gonna fly across the thing. No, he was in the future.
Right.
You get smacked, you plan everything out. You be like, all right, if I go after this nigga.
Man, I'm in Oscars 23. Man.
Why do people always do the hair?
You gotta do the hands. Come on, man. You gotta do the hands. Come on. West side, east side. You know, you got niggas always throwing up gang signs. If you go back and look at Chris Rock old footage, his hands were a little. Come on. What the fuck?
Definitely gotta.
What the fuck? Yes. This is what I'm about to say. Man, too much of this plastic surgery, man. So
Yes.
a girl slid
That's
up.
where this is going.
A girl slid. Yeah. A girl slid up in my DM.
Hey,
Jeremy said that's where this is going.
she wants you to stomp her yard. Hey.
She wanted me
This
to
is the
stomp
lead-in.
her yard. Theta. We rep the thetas. Thetas. We rep the. Okay, so anyways. She slid up in that. Slid the goddamn serpent. face all it was too much. Fake lips, fake titties, fake forehead, fake hair. I'm like, God damn. Because women honestly truly believe that men like all of that shit. And they'll try to say that they do it for them, but no, you don't. You think in your heart of hearts, well, this is what guys are liking on Instagram. Yeah. And niggas really don't want all that shit.
Nah, not permanently.
I can understand a little here and there, you know. Because somebody said to me one time, they was like, well, you had braces. I said, okay, I get it. You know. I get it.
Not the same.
Not the same at all.
But I think that was Paige Kennedy that said that. He was like, nigga, you had braces. I said, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. But I said, okay, I get it. If you want to go that route, okay, I can understand. If you want to make slight adjustments, okay. But when you start looking like a cartoon character, when you start looking like a filter, when your natural face looks like a filter, it's like, come on.
Well, okay, can I speak to that?
Please.
Okay, because I'm
queen.
not going to lie and say that I haven't used a filter, bitch, that I have not, play around with a filter. But the face card is here. So we're sitting in 4K, and y'all know the face card is going to sit. Now, I will say, I'm a woman, so I understand we want to look and feel confident or whatever have you. And sure, I'd like a little ass. I'd like a little hippage.
Okay.
I would like to be a little thickeroni.
Thickeroni.
But guess what? That's not in my cards.
It is. Wait, are you? What cards are 30?
It's not in my cards.
What cards?
Here's the thing. It's not
CT like I can cash app you. we can make this happen now if you really want it.
No, look, that's what I'm saying. It's not in my cards in terms of like that's just not how my body is built. Like when I really dedicate to the gym and I'm like really in the weights like I should be. Yes, my body is in a where I like it to be. Right? It's like I need to do that work. Am I gonna go under the knife and do all this and that? No, because first off, I just don't want to put my hands in nobody put my life in nobody's hands like that. If I don't have to, if it's not a life emergency, if I don't have to go under no knife and do all of that, I'm not going to choose to do that. Now, I can't speak to women who psychologically, mentally are going through something where they feel like they need to make those changes. I'm saying like wanting the hippage in the ass because my mom had a beautiful figure, so I always thought I was going to have that body.
That's what I'm saying.
And I didn't get it.
But
I just accept the petite body that I just accept it.
Are you in your 20s or 30s?
Hold on a minute. Wait,
there's a reason. I swear to God, I'm not.
Got a pitch ready.
I can't wait to hear this.
I'll tell you.
Give me the pitch for both.
It's like an infomercial, man.
So if you are in your 20s, by the time you get in your 30s, that fucking woman weight is gonna hit your body in the places that you need it to be. It doesn't. The problem with plastic surgery for so many women. And I know this is gonna be women. Another man trying to tell us about women. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, when you're in your 20s, as a man or a woman, your body is going to mature. It's going to age. A lot of people are getting plastic surgery before
when we say age, we do not mean gracefully.
That's a fact. A lot of people don't realize that your body is not done growing when they get these augmentations. Yeah. So if you're in your 20s, by the time you hit 34, you're going to have your grown woman body. Even if you look at the most fit actresses, let's take somebody like, remember Money Talks? What is her name?
Yeah.
She was the wife on the Hughleys.
Dang. What's her
she was on Money Talks?
Money Talks.
Yeah. I know
so many films, and I love her. Please forgive me.
Is it Tamala?
No, that's not. But Tamala's a great example as well. You look at all these women who are super fit. Even Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett, body.
Don't you
Jada
put
Pinkett,
you keep her name.
I'm not gonna disrespect. So Jada Pinkett,
you better put a disclaimer.
Let's use a different example. But you look at anybody that's super fit in their 20s, and Angela Bassett even. Angela Bassett's body looks completely different when she was in What's Love Got to Do with It. Now that she's 60-something in Black Panther, although she's still fit, she has a different way she holds her weight on her body.
Elise
Neal, thank you. Elise Neal was extremely and is extremely fit, but her grown woman weight has kicked in to where, okay, everything is sitting where it is all naturally. So, even better example, there was a homegirl of mine. She got her breast done when she was like 23.
Praise God.
And I was like, oh my God. Why would you do that? You gonna get some bigger titties as you get older. Yeah. And she's like, but I just want to know. And now she's had a kid.
Yeah.
And now them titties is coming in on top of the fake titty, and it's like, you should have waited.
Yeah.
You should have waited. So I'm saying,
what does it look like?
It's like
Sloppy Joe.
they're still nice if you know. I know what I'm looking at though. So I'm like,
Sloppy Joe.
It's a touchy subject because you never want to tell somebody what they shouldn't do with their body.
Right.
But the facts are the facts in terms of the risk and the dangers and stuff like that. And we see these stories all the time where people are losing their lives from doing these type of procedures.
Yeah.
I get it. But guess what? If you drop sugar out your diet, you're going to drop 10, 15, 20 pounds immediately. So if it's a matter of, I got to lose this weight, I'm going to go spend $10,000 for a surgery, but still have this lifestyle.
yeah.
You could just stop eating sugar and you will drop immediate weight, like without question.
Well,
it's the work, because again, Angela Bassett, her body, it looks incredible. She's been in fit shape, but I'm sure she lives a certain healthy lifestyle to get that. So what I'm saying, in the cards, whatever I can get when I'm at my maximum, like working out and doing everything that I need to do, that's what I'll be okay with.
And shout out to you still having your body in your 30s the way you do. Like, that's fucking amazing.
Anybody having their body at any age and state, that's just where it is right there. But it's gonna keep changing and phasing.
If she was 20, she'd have said, I'm 20. So.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
You said what?
I said, because if you were 20, you'd be like, oh, I'm 20 something.
He said a trap.
No,
it
wasn't a trap, because I'm continuing to avoid the question. So when you plead the fifth, I like how you try to plead the fifth and like, see how she pled the fifth, and then I'm gonna take the assumption. Oh no, we pled the fifth. I didn't respond to anything.
No. This is what I'm saying.
Legally, okay.
You know how have you ever talked to when as adults you talk to people, and I did this when I was extremely young. I want to be like, how old are you? And I'm like, well, how old you think I am? Right? It's like the most dumbest, you're young as fuck answer.
Yeah, it sounds young answer.
Yeah. So it's like the way I said it was just in reference of that. Like, he was like, oh, no, I'm not gonna say anything. But it's like when I was 22, I'm like, I'm 22. I hit 30. Like, how old are you? I'm like, oh man, come on, brother.
Right.
You know, I'm around here, baby.
Well, we're in the entertainment business, so that's gonna always be a question mark.
Yeah, because you never know, like, what you might be playing. So, like, even, like, my last show, technically, I was supposed to be in my mid-20s, but I was 30 when I was on that show.
People treat you different when they know how old you are.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yo, do y'all feel like people look younger? Like
I think people
Thompson.
Hold on. What you mean? Do you mean like us, or you talking about like high school kids?
No, I'm talking about like us. Yeah, I guess high school look old.
You got to think about young people.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like like a 40-year-old when I was young looked like old. Like
that's true.
And then like when
that's
you talk
true.
About back to Fred Hampton.
I think we eat
he
better.
He was 21.
I think we eat
he
better.
Older.
We work out. I think it has a lot to do with like us working out and eating better. Lifestyle. Yeah, because Robin Harris was
Angela
like
Bassett,
29.
I think he was like 33.
He was like 33.
And we all thought he was like 50 or something.
In House Party, this nigga looked like a senior
citizen.
I thought he was an AARP member, and he died at like 34.
Yeah, I thought Martin Luther King was in his 30s. I was like, I could have swore he was like 40-something.
Yeah.
Well, Mary J. Blige, a picture popped up of like, I think she had a birthday or something recently, and they were showing some pictures of her in the 90s. I'm like, how she look older then than she does now? Because she aged backwards.
That's that money.
My mom used to always say that. If you think about how she looked, she kind of had, I don't know. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, my mom always used to say when people start looking good, it's because of the money. Because you have access to better food, a trainer, skin regimen, hair care, all of that stuff.
Facials.
Yeah. If you look
facials be expensive too, especially when they do celebrities. They be taxing like $300, $400.
When Justin got to LA, I looked at an old picture posted in the belly room. You looked like you just came from Florida. Like,
that's
all looked like we came from my hometown, but you looked like a Florida nigga. Now you're so polished and so well-to-do.
You think so? I think I still look like a Florida nigga. What y'all think? Y'all think I still like a Florida nigga? I had twisted my hair during the holidays. Sometimes I gotta remind the industry that I'm a real deal nigga.
There it is.
Sometimes I gotta remind them, because I know like these white people be following me because they done see me on MacGyver and these other shows. Like, oh, he's a nice one, and then a non-threatening, and then they see my Instagram. They're like, what the fuck, But I mean,
let me ask you this, Justin.
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need to lean into proving what you just said to strangers?
What you mean?
Like you just said, I have to remind people that I'm a real nigga. Why?
I'm just talking shit.
You're not though. Like when you post, you be saying some wild shit.
Well, that's genuinely me.
Yeah.
But people don't know that because I've only been on network TV shows. But if you've ever heard me with my homeboys, I say wild shit. I'm a wild shit nigga.
Well, let me follow.
If anything, I restrain myself because I know certain people are watching me. But if I'm trying to be my authentic self and comedically, if I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go for the gusto with some of the shit, I just gotta say that. But I'm a wild shit nigga.
Where do you feel like your medium, like, do you feel like you have to turn it on and off, like being the real you versus the polished network you? Do you feel like there's a overlap, or do you feel like you have to turn it on and off, and where do you turn it on and off at?
Depending on where I'm at, because I feel like that's anybody. If you kicking it with Kevin Hart, like the way Kevin Hart is gonna talk to his homeboys, Plastic Cup Boys, or the way he's gonna talk to Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon versus the way he's gonna talk to a studio head, you know, there's gonna be certain time you got to restrain yourself a little bit. Like you're not the only person I seen be like a real nigga through and through. I've seen 50 Cent at a movie premiere. He gave a speech before the movie started. And one, he was killing like a stand-up. I said,
He's
this
funny,
dude,
bro.
He was killing like a seasoned stand-up comedian just talking. That's number one. And I seen Marlon Wayans talk reckless before the beginning of one of his movies. I was like, this nigga. I was like, do he know there's white people in this? But I do feel like that it's the unfortunate truth of being black in America, where you often feel like you can't be your authentic self because you're gonna make someone else feel either intimidated or uncomfortable, or you see what I'm saying? And you always feel like and it's so fucked up. Now I said this one time before to somebody, like we always feel like we gotta tone down our blackness because if we are like just blackity black, they're gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, buddy, you know. But someone told me, like, I guess Hispanic people. What's your ethnicity again?
Okay.
Okay. She is an ageless, she is a raceless, a genderless person. She is just here with us.
Damn unicorn.
I'm a plant.
Hey, Megan, I never get asked this question, so enjoy it.
No, because it's, you know,
But
you got to figure out the brand. I know.
Hold on, before you answer, the point I was getting to is I think other cultures also feel like they may have to tone down their ethnicity in order to fit into America's construct.
That's
right.
Yeah.
But definitely as black people, that's something that we've always had to do, you know. So anyways, go. What is your ethnicity? You not told me.
What
before.
are
No,
you?
you're good. No, so my dad and my dad's half of the family are Portuguese, and my mom's side is Black and Native American.
Yeah, see?
Nice.
Black American, but that could be anything. I don't know what my mom's full roots are, if that makes sense.
But what about y'all? I'm listening because I'm gonna say, do you feel like you gotta tone down depending on where you at, or?
Yes, but man, that's such a great question. I'm gonna repeat that question after I say what she just reference what she just said. So there's a comedian, Sasha Mercy. Sasha Mercy is a Latina. She's amazing, same as Ida Rodriguez, and they have always been authentically themselves, right? They've never been like, I'm gonna conform to what white people want me to be. And when recently I spoke to Sasha about it, and she's like, yo, I'm not changing speaking Spanish or my characters or the way I present my content because I want to fit in. She's like, I want to represent my people. So she said Bad Bunny blew up so big and he never conformed that opened so many people's eyes that they could just be themselves. And I was like, wow, that's big, right? Now, to answer your question, do I feel that I have to change myself or conform to make people feel comfortable? Yes. And that is not an industry thing. That is a personal thing because I've always been a large person. And what I mean is I've always been bigger than everybody that's around me. And since I was a little boy, I've always had to curb my emotions. I couldn't just be angry. Like Justin, I love seeing you get angry or talk to people because you're so small. Like you can say whatever you want. And people are like, oh, Justin. And you be like, I'll kill everybody in this motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, I wish I could say these things, right? But it's like, there was an episode of Justice League, it's a cartoon when I was growing up, and Superman was talking to Darkseid, and he's like, yo, every day I have to walk around like I live in a cardboard box and everything is paper and I can't let loose, but you could take it, can't you, big man? And he just started hitting him with all he had. And that's how I felt my whole life. Like I could never fully fight someone unless they were my size or bigger, because I'm like, man, what if I really hurt this person? Or when you get in an argument with somebody, I can never raise my voice too loudly because, oh, this guy, we're gonna kill this dude because he's a monster in comparison to someone else. So yes, I've always felt that I've had to shrink myself. In recent years, the solution for me has been to go out less and to not deal with people that I don't really know, so I don't have to explain myself. I can be myself around my people. But when I get into a public circumstance, I know the differences of sizes and how I have to be around people.
Jeremy,
That's a really deep. You know,
Don't lie, it was kind of emotional.
It's,
like,
it's
I
very
was feeling
deep
it.
because
I was feeling it.
someone that I was really close with, one of my ex-best friends was really, really tall, and I would.
did he pass away?
No, he didn't. We just.
You said ex
Y'all
best
stop being
friend.
friends.
Yeah, you know, just I say ex-best friend because, you know, sometimes you get to know people and you think you know them, and then you get to know them and you're like, hey.
He trying to fuck.
No, not even. It wasn't even. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's character shit. But what I was gonna say is he's
gay.
like 6. Has nothing to do with nothing. It was just on some.
All right, my bad.
You know when people just do stuff that you're like, if we was really that close, you would have never done no shit like that. It was more some shit like that. But I bring it up because I would see. No, because he's gay. So anyway.
Oh shit.
So
my bad. I'm shutting up.
No, he was gay bestie.
Gotcha. So he was gay.
Context, yeah. But I was saying that wasn't.
Yeah,
but when
you
I
go
said
for it.
character stuff, you said gay, but the character stuff wasn't because of the gay stuff. He just was doing some shady shit.
No. I just knew if y'all was best friends and
Yes.
y'all didn't have sex, he had to be gay.
Oh yes, yes, of course. Yes. So now we got that out the way.
Oh, wait, she said, of course. That's
But
I wasn't going to
here's
acknowledge.
my thing.
Yo, what?
Here's my thing.
Yo.
But the thing is, the gay part
Watch your
wasn't even
friends.
part of the reason why I brought it up. But to my point is that he was a very tall dude. So anywhere we go, I would notice that disparity. Like, I'm a petite person. He's very tall. Everywhere we would go, they would think we were together, but we're not. But he was kind of like a protection screen because I knew. And I think that it's really interesting because as a petite person, I feel like on the other end, I feel like I have to get crunk because I have to be big vocally or I have to be big energetically because people may think they could kidnap me, put me in the back of their fucking van or act like an Uber and, you know, skip off with it.
Also, if just side note,
Or
complete
whatever
side
the
note
case.
on that thought, the kidnapping aspect, I feel like
It's real. It's scary.
I feel like if
It's really
everybody
scary.
knows, like everybody uses the example of, I'm gonna get thrown in a van. If we know that people kidnap people and they have vans, let's stop selling vans. Let's stop selling vans. Let's stop
That is the
allowing
conclusion.
people to not have windows in their van. They should have the most windows in a van.
But okay.
But people are also kidnapping in Ubers
yeah.
that are not vans.
Well,
They
that's
might
the-
be
that's the best time to do
Tesla.
it.
I like how this conversation's moving.
God.
That's what I just said.
Time to do it.
That's the best time to do it. The Uber, right?
Oh, nah.
I mean, she willingly. It's like a vampire. You invited this nigga.
Yo.
You invited him in. Anyways,
Yeah, don't give ideas.
I'm joking.
No, I'm actually putting. That's the warning. Somebody warned me in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you out there, y'all be careful and be safe, my nigga, because those Uber drivers. The Uber driver warned me. He was like, make sure that you check the plate and you check the face because people are acting like Ubers and they're kidnapping women out here. That's right hand to
real.
God. Right hand to God.
Now, I also know a woman who hooked up with her Uber driver. Gave him some pussy.
What was the scenario?
She was horny.
No.
He had
What was
dick.
the scenario?
I don't know the specifics.
can't.
I just know the dude hit it, flirted with her, and she was like, "Fuck it," and hooked up with him. Licked his ass, too.
People, oh wow.
What?
People who try to convince me to Uber drive have cited that as a reason. Like, oh, you can hook up with people, and I was like, oh, I don't need to do that.
But Uber harassment has gotten so bad that they have billboards that say Uber lawyers for Uber harassment
Wow.
suits.
Damn.
Wow.
That's wild.
So Uber's become some other shit. I got picked up by an Uber. Me and Joelle flew into Hartford around New Year.
Santana.
And our Uber,
Yes.
Joelle Santana, and the Uber was picking us up from the airport in Hartford. I don't know what it is about Connecticut Ubers, man. Y'all need to.
I told her my
Pep it up.
ex-girlfriend was from Connecticut, and ever since then I ain't fuck with Connecticut women because she broke my heart. But anyways,
Oh
I'm
man,
listening.
how did she break your heart? Tell us, please, after she says the story.
Tell your story, and then
I was just gonna say this Uber driver was wilding. He was driving fast. He was talking about all the Uber fleets at the airport and how he wished he had a gun and could shoot somebody because no one knows what he's been through, and he was harassed as a child and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Too much, man.
Damn.
They should
we
have,
had
they have
45 minutes left in traffic,
They
and
have
he.
like a silent button on the
I
Uber.
wish
I've been
there was a
Uber in minute.
partition because he definitely told us that he was abused as a child at least 5 times. I was like, bro, we heard you the first 2
You
times.
should.
Let me tell you something.
they do
if
have
you
a-
in my car, you gonna listen to all my trauma. That was
That was
like,
basically just a trauma
Right.
dump. I
Yo,
was like,
yeah.
oh my God.
and when I was 6, I didn't get the Power Ranger I wanted. Oh yeah, yeah. And when I was 7, I didn't get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, okay.
I was about
This
to
my
go.
car.
This is my
Man.
stop, man.
You listening to all this shit, boy.
It just kept coming too. He was like, my brother is with my wife, and if you think that's bad, he was gay, and now he's with my wife, and we were like, wow,
That's some good pussy.
this
That
is
doesn't got to be
30 minutes
phenomenal.
left in the
To
drive.
turn a man straight.
He was
That's
threatening his mom. He said he's about to put his mom in a home and peel her fingernails off. I was
Yeah.
like, man,
You
give
should have
this.
hit record.
I was so nervous. Oh hell no.
Damn.
Ubers in Connecticut be wildin'. That's all I gotta say.
Fuck Connecticut.
how did she break your heart, Justin?
Please tell us.
Well, I thought you never asked. No, I think I talked about this on another episode. We didn't put out the clips yet, but she left me for
Man.
she left me for
Say the name.
a basketball player. We were in high school, and she thought this 6'3" fuck was gonna grow up to be some goddamn superstar. Well, guess what, bitch? He did it. He did it, bitch. But I became something. And guess what? I don't know where this tall nigga's at right now. Probably somewhere stocking shelves
Damn.
at Walmart. So anyways, she broke my heart. She left me for the basketball player. And she thought this nigga was gonna, because every woman thinks the athlete is gonna go off. Like before the TikToks and Instagram, like an athlete, that was the verification check.
Yep.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, absolutely.
that was the status. Oh, he finna go pro.
Yep.
No, none of them niggas went pro. What, 1% go pro maybe? I don't know what the numbers
And not
are.
from your school. And that's the crazy part.
Crazy part.
And not from your school. So anyway, she broke my heart and scarred me deeply, man. I'm a scarred individual when it comes to that.
I hear you, but in high school, any nigga with a car is better than you. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I had a
it's
car
just
now. Wait a minute.
Oh, you was one of those guys.
nigga,
You was
wait a
one-
minute.
like literally, you know what I mean?
I had the Camry
15?
at 16.
Oh, you killing them. I bet you kept it clean.
I did.
Yeah. I didn't have a car until my sister gave me her car when I was 18. I had it for like 2 months. And she was like, just get the brakes on it. And I was like, all right. Because she had the brakes in the trunk. She was like, just get the brakes put on. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. Got in an accident. Didn't have another
Because
car.
of the brakes?
Because of the brakes. If I'd
Why-
have just put the brake pads
Why
on.
did you think you didn't need brakes?
Oh, it's not that I didn't think that I needed them. It's just let me tell you the type of person I am, Scippio. If you say, this is all you need to do,
Not me.
I don't do that. Okay?
What?
I would have rather given her $100 to do it for me, and then I just had the brakes. But if I have to do it, like I'm somebody that I'm not good at mailing things off.
Yeah.
Like that's why I love paying stuff online because
Yeah.
it's like if I got to mail something to you, bro, it might not happen for a month and a half.
Yeah.
My mother shares a birthday with one of my friends, and and she sent him a birthday card to my house to give to him. And I was like, "Hey man, my mom sent you a birthday card." He's like, "All right, bet." I was like, "What's your address?" His birthday is October 10th. She sent it to me beginning of October. He didn't get that card until December 2nd, bro.
God damn.
Oh,
I
snap.
don't do that, bro.
I don't do that.
You an old disobedient ass nigga. So,
Yeah, I just do things on my own time. So it's like,
all right.
I'm also extremely lazy when it comes to menial tasks. Menial tasks.
Like what?
mailing a letter.
And like taking out the trash, you don't take out the trash?
Oh, I take pride in taking out the trash because now we have a home. So it's like I rolled the trash out. I feel like, oh man, look what I've done. I have a home.
Right.
I rolled the trash out.
Congratulations.
You know, it feels good.
That's beautiful when men take out the trash and then you didn't have to ask them to do it.
You
It's
cook?
a great feeling. Yeah,
Okay.
I do cook,
I see
but my
a-
man cooks a lot too, so I like.
Oh,
that.
so you got you a good one.
So I be cleaning and I be trying to support.
As you should.
But
It's
what
a
you mean?
team.
You clean up the dishes? If he,
yeah,
okay.
I clean because I have OCD. So like as
Love
you're
those
cooking,
girls.
you're cooking, and then I'm seeing oil splatter. Like I gotta move that. You done with this noodle box? I need to recycle that. So I just
You
be,
be washing clothes?
of course.
Nice.
And I love folding towels. That's like my favorite.
Oh,
Things that have bleach. Like I like to smell like a clean ass towel. It just brings me comfort and
You
joy.
just be walking around
And
your.
then putting perfect little squares, huh?
You should be walking around high. Shit.
But these are all natural things that you would want a woman to want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit.
Why do y'all act like it's like a rare?
That's
thing?
what I'm saying.
Nowadays,
Like
you
I
don't
wouldn't
act like
I
it.
wouldn't be into a woman like that.
They act like it.
Well, not you, but
No,
I mean,
not
like,
men. I'm
but
talking
men,
about.
but there's like a lot of men that make these comments to me, and they'll be like, "Man, you a good one." I'm like, "This is what women do."
You fold towels?
But you know, some women don't cook nowadays. Some women take pride. I don't cook.
Yeah.
I don't cook. Yeah, you nigga cook for your damn self.
You gonna buy the groceries?
Oh.
If you buy the groceries, I cook. If you buy the crib, I clean it. You like, okay, there has to be a quid pro quo.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people
single
do it.
women. That sounds like single
They-
women.
they
But
were
I also
single.
have
They
the
were
notion
single.
that a lot in my family, the men cook. A lot of the men cook, the women cook, but the men take
Which is
pride in
fine.
cooking too.
My dad cook. My
Yeah.
dad do the majority of the cook. But my
Yeah.
mom knows how to cook.
Exactly. So
And
it just
she'll kick
depends
in.
on
Yeah.
I mean, dependable people. You know, like for some reason we promote independence on a level that like you should have pride about actually depending upon people too. You know what I'm saying? It should be like a balance.
My wife is a dependent woman, and she says that shit with honor. She's like, I ain't no independent woman. I am a dependent woman. I'm like, all right, I'm glad to know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I would prefer not to struggle.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
what. Yeah, that's
I would like to not struggle.
That's my
if
girl's
if
quote.
if we can, you know, if I can supplement here, you supplement there, and then we're just balancing weight, then I like that.
My wife told me one time, she said, I feel like because I always be traveling, she said, I feel like I'm a single mother. I said, let my ass not come back to Florida. I'm going to show you what a single mother really feel like. Motherfucker, hey, don't these legs work? Is that water hot? You better cut the shit. You better
Let
cut
me
the shit.
not come back to Florida.
Better cut the shit, goddammit, and I'll be back in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Oh shoot!
See, I'm a wild nigga, bro.
to Florida.
I'm a wild nigga,
I'll
bro.
show you.
I'll show you, motherfucker. I'll
Let me
show
ask
you.
you this, because you balance a family life and career.
Justin.
How does that work? Because I'm
It
not there yet.
doesn't.
You're not there. Because you're not there yet. Do you have
Yeah,
do you have
man.
kids?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we're not there yet. Enlighten us.
This is what I would say. You can't have it all. You just can't. You're not. That's impossible. You know how they say nothing's impossible? Having it all is impossible. There's no way in the world. If you are striving for a career or a dream or something of that nature, you're going to have to sacrifice something. So if you're spending time with your family, you are taking away time from your career. If you're spending time towards your career, you're taking away time from your family. It is what it is. So even people, I'm not going to say any names, people that have a lot of kids, there's no way you're able to give each child the proper time or the same amount of time. It's impossible. Yeah. I have one child and I can't give her the amount of time that she deserves because I'm still trying to provide for the family. So, I mean, there is no, all you can do is do the best you can. I think the older I get, you realize, though, family is the most important thing, right? Family is the most important thing. Holding and telling the ones you love them. However, it's hard to do that homeless.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so you still have to make time to go get money so you can be there and spend that time with your family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I don't feel like you're gonna get any sympathy either. You know what I mean? I think that's a big part of like manhood is just sucking that part up and knowing that you have to find that balance for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean, nobody's gonna find that for you or respect you when you don't find it. Kids be like, why weren't you there? I'm saying, like, that's all you're gonna get.
Hey, congratulations, Scipio, on your engagement. By the way, man. I don't know if I told you that.
Out of
Yeah.
me.
Man,
No.
when you get
No.
Are you
married,
rocking
That's a
some
great
cradles
question.
soon?
Soon is always the answer. I was just getting a really good gift. That's what I thought I was doing, and then now everybody's hit me with the wedding pressure. But it's coming.
Well, you gotta have a date. Well, you don't have to do anything you don't want. I had the date ready when I proposed.
Oh snap! Yeah,
Because it was like when I proposed to my wife, it was on her birthday, 2013, May 30th, 2013. And I was like, all right, bet. We had just moved in together, and I was like, I need to propose immediately. Because if I don't propose to her immediately, I'm just gonna be getting the milk for free, and I'm not gonna marry her, and she deserves to be married. And I proposed to her, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna get married next year, because anything longer than a year, y'all not gonna get married. And if you do, it's like, oh, let me marry them. You know what I mean?
Well, I heard that you have a 2-year window. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's-
mean? Like,
that's respectable.
Yeah, a year and a half to 2 years. After that, yeah, y'all just lying.
There's
Yeah.
no hope. Then there's no hope.
Yeah, I'd say with me, we were on a vacation in Cancun, and I was looking for a waterfall. And
Flex.
I was looking for. I'm still cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the money. I'm like, waterfalls are free, right?
Were they not? Was it not a free waterfall?
I didn't find a waterfall. I had to. We did this. I saw they were doing
Y'all
like
was on a glass boat or something.
yeah, the glass boat, man.
Like, what the hell? Like, what the
That's
hell
beautiful.
is this?
The glass. It's the bane of my existence, man. I literally, was doing the thing, and it, but when I found out about that, I didn't even know that thing existed. You know what I'm saying? Once I found out,
I didn't know it existed until you posted it. And I
Yeah.
saw the glass boat.
I missed it.
It looked beautiful, and everybody. It was, I had a plan and executed wonderfully. So the pictures made it look way more majestic and everything. So now it's like you have to top that with a wedding.
Let me tell you this, boy. Don't you spend a whole lot of money on that wedding, man. It's a day.
That's a fact.
And you need to have that money for either A, y'all honeymoon, or B, y'all's home, or wherever y'all gonna live. Don't spend all your money trying to impress these people and feed these people that's gonna give you. Some people gonna give you some good gifts, and other people you can be like, why the fuck are you here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's a
How was your Reese?
yo. People try to invite people already. Like,
Yeah.
yo, like how you gonna invite? Like, yo, did you hit dude up? I'm like, I haven't seen him since high school. Why would I hit? Are you serious?
The smaller the better as far as guests, and also remember, no matter how many people you invite, there will be some people that RSVP and don't show up, and it's crazy because you're paying for those people to eat.
Yeah.
Don't spend all your money on that wedding, bro.
What I
100 Oh, my
what I
bad.
plan on doing? We probably gonna get married in Cleveland, Ohio. That's where she's from.
Oh, that's gonna cut down dramatically.
Right. And then I'll throw a party for you niggas. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just a big old party. My parties are dope. Always amazing, packed out. So you just throw a party.
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
about to have a party, ain't you? For
saying?
your birthday?
Me, Brandon Brody, and Jamar are doing a dinner, a burlesque dinner.
Nice.
Friday. If that's was to be out by then Friday.
It won't be, but hey man, we got
Hey man, y'all had so much fun, didn't you?
Confidence. He said that with confidence. But it won't be.
we have the memories.
Lee,
Lee, can you speak
make
on
it
that?
happen.
When is your birthday again, Justin?
June 20. I thought about that
June.
too. I was like, Clayton said he was gonna throw me a birthday party
doing
if I'm
it.
in town. You doing it?
I'm doing
I
it.
might
If you're here, I'm doing it.
All right, I may stay in town just to.
You know what I thought? I was thinking about it this morning. I was in the shower. I was like, yo, I wonder his birthday is. We got to do the party. And I thought about there were two people that I'm like, I know these two people are his friends, but I don't fuck with them. So it's I will throw the party, but he has to invite those two people. Oh, no, brother. I'm not. That's not throwing.
That's actually a good. That's a good way of handling an issue.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna throw you a better party than ever.
So you're better. But here's the thing.
They never
I'm
threw
not
me a party.
excluding them.
They never threw me a
They
party. The reason he's trying to throw me a party is because I've never had a birthday party.
Ever?
Ever.
what?
Interesting.
I've never. My parents didn't care.
That's crazy. And are you the only sibling?
I had an older brother. He passed.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Were you Jehovah's Witness?
I mean,
Yo, that is wild.
it's,
let me take y'all back. Justin Hires, bro. Justin Hires and another Justin were extremely tight friends. And
I know this story. I don't know why I know this.
Justin Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell left. First of all, they created a YouTube channel called Justin and Justin TV, right?
Oh.
When Justin Mitchell moved, I'm talking about not even 24 hours later, the YouTube page was then called Just Justin TV, bro. You now responding that way about losing your brother? goes even further about just Justin, bro. You a wild dude.
I'm a wild dude. This is what I was gonna say about the Justin Mitchell.
I feel like you told me this before.
Probably
Yeah.
so. Basically, I was on YouTube early, man. It was me, Donald Glover, Afion Crockett, and maybe like Dormtainment.
Yeah.
That was probably like the only black people that was like putting out content sketches. So I was on there super early, right? And we had a good thing going. And then he just hit me up first of all. He was supposed to take me to the airport. That's number one. This was pre-Uber, and he was supposed to take me to the airport, and he went ghost. He kind of vanished. And so luckily, shout out to Deshaun Ross. He used to work at the gym at the parking, like one of the parking structures by the airport.
Yeah.
So he had a card that I could get in and park my car.
How about
Oh,
that?
snap.
Praise God. That's why I always look out for Deshaun, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how I got and was able to park my car to get back to Florida or whatever, because Justin Mitchell vanished. Then he just disappeared. He was like, he didn't feel like he didn't want to do sketches no more. You know, he was, dealing with whatever he was dealing with.
Why are you laughing so hard?
And a snort.
When people say vanished,
He vanished on me.
it's an apparition just disappeared.
So he moved back to Atlanta. Then he finally hit me up. He was like, my bad, he was explaining what he was going through. And I was like, all right, man, but we were supposed to be doing these goddamn sketches, nigga. I done created a goddamn YouTube page. It takes time to create a YouTube page. And so, and me personally, I was thinking like, damn, have I only been funny because of Justin Mitchell? I was like, I wonder if these videos have only really been doing well because I had this other person with me. So I created Just Justin TV, and the first sketch I put out after we split was a Chris Brown Rihanna Street Fighter video. And that
you went for it.
And that motherfucker went viral. It got on all the blog spots. It went viral. Like before viral was viral, that shit went viral. And it was on World. That's how I found out what World Star Hip Hop was. I had no idea. People was like, yo shit on World Star. Yo shit on Boss Up. Yo shit on This Is 50. It was everywhere. And that let me know I'm that nigga. That's what let me know. So that was the story behind that. And then my brother.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah. That's the story about it. And then my brother, it was just one of those, we kind of saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you hope with? That's what I'm going to ask.
no, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Regular nigga, Pentecostal.
So what was at a certain point you just avoiding birthdays? Like a birthday party's so easy to do.
So I still had this issue to this day. I was always fearful that I was gonna have a birthday party and nobody was gonna show up. So that's my fear. And so now, even as a comedian, when I'm headlining these different cities, I'm always doing the most to try to promote it, because my fear is Justin's coming to town and nobody's gonna be there. Yeah.
Now, what brought that fear on though? Like, had you had a get together and nobody came? Had you seen somebody have a party and nobody came?
Maybe that might. I watched Problem Child back in the day. Did he have a birthday party?
Ooh, that was classic.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I don't know if it was just always like a thought. Like what I think, because deep down we all want to be liked,
Right.
and it's like, what if you find out that nobody really likes you?
I literally have the exact opposite issue. I avoid people at all costs, and they follow me everywhere. And it's very weird. Like I decided to start doing birthday parties because I make false promises of like, hey, let's hang out sometime. But I enjoy my own company way more. It's definitely affected my career and life. But at least at a birthday party, everybody, everybody has a moment to get together. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And if it goes further, cool. If not, cool. People meet each other, they network. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I've learned that it's important to have some type of gathering other people that I communicate with, on a regular basis. And niggas dying for real, you know what I'm saying? And just some people, I'm trying to think.
I've had 2 podcasts and 2 people done died. I had Teddy Ray on my Urban Legends podcast, and Boogie was on this podcast. So I just want to let y'all niggas know I love y'all.
Love you back, man.
I've been knowing y'all if not 10, close to it. So
yeah.
You know what's even funnier? That's why I always want to do the show, because I feel like the first, oh my God, what have I known you since 08 or 09?
07.
07.
Yeah.
I feel like from 07 until, honest to God, looking back, like we've had great moments, But until this podcast started, I've never gotten a chance to really hang out with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the podcast gives me a chance to learn about you, kick it with you, laugh with you. Like this, it gets to be our hangout.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I want this podcast to be for comedians. I want this to be our hangout.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
cool. Actually, me and Megan, we actually had a podcast a few years ago. That was doing well, but we just
you got busy. I forgot what happened. I think you were.
I did
you
hit
were
the
on
road like hella.
Well, I was gonna say something to the birthday thing because I probably had like 3 to 4 childhood birthdays that were thrown for me, but I kind of had this same kind of stigma about my birthday, all the way up until college, where I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna have any birthdays. Like I don't even care, and I would just kind of be in my own self. Like it was less about not people showing up, but more about, it was like a reflective thing. Like I just didn't want to be out or celebrate my birthday. But then shit changed, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna start having birthdays. So I started having my annual birthday bashes. But you know what, each year. The first year I had it, there was probably like 10 people there, but I still had a great time. And every year I would say, whoever's supposed to be here will be here.
Exactly.
That's a
So
fact.
if it's 100 people, if it's 20, if it's 30, honestly, I still had the equal amount of a great time because whoever's in that room celebrating with me that year or that day, that's who I needed to connect with.
Yeah.
I needed to see them, that group. So I don't know. I'll just say just on that.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Even
I
if it's
agree.
5 people, it's like that. Those are that 5 people that you need to be around.
I agree. I would celebrate with them, and then I would immediately kill myself.
Here's how you gotta look at it, bro. I look at that shit like, first of all, hearing y'all stories make me feel really bad because I've had nothing but amazing birthdays. And shout out to everybody that's ever been to any of my birthday parties.
Yeah, I went to one of yours. The last one you had, it was amazing.
It was
great.
incredible because I like, as I get older, like you just said, the people that are supposed to be there are supposed to be there. And if it's 5 people, I'm like, man, 5 people said they wanted to spend my birthday with me. Compared to, I ain't enough people here. Because if it's too many people, you can't spend time with everybody. Like even at that birthday that Justin was at, I was like, man, I didn't get a chance to be with everybody separately, but this was such a blessing. I'd just be so grateful to breathe, let alone people. I got a text yesterday from Keon Poley, bro.
Shout out to
Keon Poley, man. He was like, hey, man, how you doing? Like, just checking on me. And I'm always the person to check on people. So it was like the fact that he texted me, I told my wife, I was like, yo, Keon texted me. And she was like, oh, yeah. I was like, he said, how you doing? And I was smiling from ear to ear because, man, somebody thought about me. Like, I'm grateful for shit like that, bro.
Yeah, no,
that's fact.
Yeah, it's good when you have somebody checking in on you. London good at checking in on people too. London Brown. Who the 2 people you don't fuck with?
I'll say this. I'll give you both stories.
Oh yeah, okay, we'll get the story at least.
First story, there is a comedian that they were doing this show on Revolt TV, and the producer reaches out to me and says, hey, we're doing a show for younger comedians. Do you have a list of people? This isn't paid, but they'll have an amazing tape that they can send off, great exposure, and we really just want new people because I want to find some new faces. And I was like, okay, let me start thinking about people who I know are brand new, would love a television credit, and could use this to parlay it to something else, and are funny, right? And it like, the show is the show, but this is one of those relationships you want to form because this relationship that I had with this person helped me get on Comic View earlier, and I got on another BET show that paid a lot of my bills, right? So one show didn't make me any money, but the other ones did. So anyway, I compile a list, and this particular comedian didn't even know that I presented their name. So I get a call from this comedian asking me if they should do this show, and I told them why they should do the show. And they're like, all right, great, thank you. Person does the show, is great, I assume, right? And then they hit me up for some other advice about something separately. And then the episode airs for that person. And they had a viewing party. And I didn't know they had a viewing party. I just saw it on the stories. And I was like, that's interesting. So typical me, I'm like, let me just let it slide. But that particular day, I was like, let me ask, because I don't want to assume. So I said, hey, viewing party, I couldn't get an invite. Oh, it was last minute. You know, a couple of my people forced me to do a viewing party, and they, you know, they were just like around my crib. And I was like, we live around the corner from each other.
Wow.
Right? Wow. So that was the beginning of
we
me.
know the person's in the valley. Clue number one. How I keep going.
That was the beginning of me seeing that and learning a valuable lesson that just because you're somebody's friend doesn't mean that they're yours, right? So that had happened. And then the next thing, I had noticed every time I would show love or comment on a post, it wouldn't be reciprocated. It would be something like a criticism on a post of mine or something. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, hey, what's going on? And then the conversation was like, you're always trying to check me or just something. And my response was, hey, you got it. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm always rooting for you. Right?
You know when somebody say, I wish you nothing but the best, they really mean I wish you nothing but the worst.
That's a cold lightweight.
That means fuck you.
Fuck you.
And you kiss my ass. So that was that person. The other person, this story is
I would
deeper.
just say this real quick before you jump into
Please.
that, because you were saying, I didn't mean to get on your arm crevice like that. I was like, before you.
Arm crevice?
The elbow crease. The elbow crease. But no, I was going to say to that, as somebody was saying friend versus friendly. But I also feel like there's just a certain level of respect that people just don't have these days, regardless, artists, comedians or not. Like, I just feel like there's just some thread in the DNA of respect that's just dwindling out. So in a case like that, a normal person you would think would be like, hey, I appreciate you for putting my name in the hat. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. Thanks for the outlook.
You said they didn't know that, right?
No, they didn't know.
They didn't know that part.
But you did kind of consult with them about the show or whatever have you.
So when you consulted with the person, you didn't tell them I referred you? Or you did?
No, because each time that the person called me for advice, a couple times about that particular circumstance and other things comedically, I answered and was just there for them.
Okay.
And on the taping day, I was there to support them.
Oh, okay.
Like I went to see that person's performance.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
either way, that just goes to show you just never know, and you should just always be respectful, period, because people remember those kind of things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, when you finish the second part, I want to touch base on something that happened Sunday at my show with a comedian. I was just like.
Well, give me that now.
No,
this
wait.
is the second one.
No, give me the second one.
Okay. So the second person, makes a post on Instagram, and it was, first of all, allow me to explain how posts work on Instagram.
Oh, you act like you're on a witness stand.
Yeah. When you make a post on Instagram, you have the option of making one post, like a picture, a video, whatever, or if you want to do a compilation post, like you can do multiple pictures, Absolutely. Right? Yeah. So this particular post was just one picture, and the picture said, LA's top blank comedians, and no caption, just said top blank comedians. And I didn't see that person's name, so I was just like, yo, don't worry about these lists, just keep going, you're extremely funny, you're gonna be so big in a year that these people's lists would have been wrong anyway, right? I get a response to this comment that said, have you ever put me on some shows? You've never
That's
even
a woman.
considered.
That's a woman.
Yeah, I didn't even mean
That's a woman. That's a woman.
I didn't even mean to give that person a gender. Anyway,
I already knew that comment, that because I've experienced that with women before.
It's the typing. It was the
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. This one's a little bit more, I'm a little more passionate about, right?
He trying to be his best.
It came out.
I'm a little bit more passionate about it. So, have you ever put me on some shows? You ain't never did this, you ain't never did that. And I was like, whoa, like it was such a long comment response that I just picked up the phone and I said, hey, how you doing? What's up? And it was like, I can understand that you seem angry right now. Let's talk about this, because obviously I'm not about to do the long commenting back and forth on a public profile and we could just talk. And her response was, you could have just clicked on my page and saw the other post. And I was like, hey, that's not how the algorithm works. The algorithm works with me seeing a post that you posted. I shouldn't have to click on your page to see you post 10 other things about this specific post when you could just hit multiple, and all of that could have been one post, right? And then that person did not want to acknowledge what I said. The next response was, you know, I'm dealing with a lot right now. I say, hey, can we please not talk about what you're dealing with? I'm very sorry that you're not dealing with things greatly, but let's just keep it on what our disagreement is, right? And then she's like, no, because I'm dealing with something. This is why I don't hang out with comedians. This is why I don't tell comedians nothing, because my family member has cancer. And I was like, okay, I'm very sorry that your family member has cancer, but that does not have anything to do with what we're arguing about. Can we just focus on this and then get back to that? And then she continues to talk about the family member having cancer. And I listen, and then I say,
You
okay.
like, well, the bitch dead by now,
She held you hostage, basically.
But listen, this is what happened next. So I say,
forgive me, I don't know who this person is. I'm just talking to everybody.
I don't want to find it.
so I say, I hear what you're saying. I'm very sorry about your family member, but you're talking to somebody that has lost his father to cancer. I never posted about this. You're talking to somebody who has lost this person, that person, this person, that person, and is dealing with whatever in life right now that you have no idea about. And I'm not throwing that on you, because that's not what we're talking about. This isn't a conversation to look for sympathy. This is a conversation about you not knowing the goddamn algorithm and how Instagram works with a post, right? And also, you're forgetting the underlying fact that this started with me trying to show you love, because that's all I ever try and do is show love. Can you think of one time?
It was never about that. You just caught a stray, and
that's what I'm saying. I was like, have you ever had a time where I've never shown you love? Because that's all I ever try and do is show love. Can you think of one time?
It was never about that. You just caught a stray,
and that's what I'm saying. I was like, have you ever had a time where I've never shown you love? Doesn't acknowledge that. And then her response was, well, you know, I'm just going through this, and this is why, and you. So what you're saying, I caught a stray, but it's like, yo, I didn't do anything to deserve that. Then, so I say, hey, are we good? Like, I felt like we ended on a great note. Person's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, thank you so much for taking the call. I will see you around. Hang with the phone. When I tell you I'm blocked a day later, not that day, I'm blocked a day later. And then I saw her at a comedy spot, and she's the type of comedian to try and do this thing. Hey, what's up, Justin? How you doing? You good? Yeah. Good to see you, boy. Hey, brown pants. You doing your thing, boy. Scippio, what up? You good? Okay. And it's like, I'm an adult.
Damn.
That doesn't really faze me. Yeah. Like, you know, the ignoring aspect, but it's like, you're showing me how you handle problems in your life, but good.
Damn.
That was the second person.
Damn.
The shady side eye.
The shady side. Go ahead and go. And then we go wrap up after your story.
That's all. Well, before I go and tell that.
You got another one.
No, it's not even a story. I just want to know, have y'all seen RRR?
It's so long. I didn't watch it. It's like 3 hours, ain't it?
It was so good.
What's that? Yeah.
It's a movie on Netflix.
It's a 3 hour action comedy suspense
But
film.
you gotta read it, don't
like
you?
that.
They got subtitles.
Yeah, but you don't even care. It's so good that you don't care. Okay, I'll get back to it. But if you haven't seen that, I've just been really advocating that movie because it's really bomb. Anyway, RR is that.
Does it have something to do with one of the stories I just said? 'Cause you just made me
No, it does not.
No,
I was gonna bring this up earlier when we were talking about movies and shows, but anyway. So back to my story.
She's like, I digressed.
I truly digress. Okay.
Ran off the cliff.
So Sunday, you know, we had our first lit comedy show of the year, so we were excited. Oversold. And so, damn, because I don't want to put. All right, let me just say it like this, because I don't want. There's no names.
Don't say the names.
There's no names involved.
He's like, say the names.
Say the names. Fuck the names. Say the names.
Listen, Justin will always want the name.
I would just say, whenever this airs.
Messy nigga. Messy negro.
No. Okay, here we go. So we let me rephrase this. We had a really wonderful show that just came up, so we're feeling good. But this happened in November. So something happened in November where a comedian comes up to me and they're asking if they can put up I'll just say someone they were with, if they could get a guest spot. And if anybody's listening, honestly, the guest spot, it just depends on who's in the room and time, because my priority is always going to go to the comedians I just spent the last 3.5 weeks promoting.
Right.
So when a guest comes in, it irks me when they think that, you can just throw me up. Like, I can just not, you can just get out of my face real quick so I can run my show and take care of my comics that are here right now. So anyway, I digress. That's just my pet peeve. But anyway, this comedian comes up to me, they're a blue check. I'll just say they're a blue check comic, But I will just say this, because I don't have blue check. I don't care. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. That don't translate. I know, look, we all got our days, but bro, don't be coming in there thinking I got a credit and I got a blue check, because you be funny on stage. That's what's most important.
Wait a minute.
But I'm not trying to be shady.
No, here, this is what
I'm just like,
I
be
agree with
funny
you.
on stage.
I agree with you.
Because there be people who don't have a blue check and they don't got credits.
I just want to get the full context.
And they be coming on stage and be crushing the scene.
Social media blue check or a TV blue check?
The social media blue checks.
Okay, all right.
So like, just
not that it matters.
No.
For all the people without blue checks, I know
you know
get
what I
your
mean.
feelings.
Like the social media blue checks, and like that's all I can say, because how you earned it, why you have it.
You said it was just this last show?
No, it wasn't this last show. It was a different
November.
show.
You said November.
It was maybe November, I think.
Okay.
But anyways, so a comic there's a comic who's asking me to put someone else up, and what I tell them is, let me check with my co-host and then I'll get back. Their response is, well, they can take some of my time. It'll be fine.
No.
And I go, okay. I said, well, let me talk to my co-host and then yeah, it should be fine.
No.
And I go, okay. But see, I got to stay in pocket. I got to stay focused, as we were talking about focus earlier. I got to stay focused because I'm running a show.
Yeah.
I'm also hosting. And I'm also checking on tech and the green room. And there's a lot of things that you're juggling. I'm not going to cater to the ego, period. So I go up. Okay, we bring another comic down, whatever. I talked to my co-host about it, and we're like, all right, we'll put this person up for a tight 5. We didn't even want to do it, and that's just real. We didn't want to do it, or I should say I didn't want to do it because of the approach. It wasn't even a comic asking for the guest spot. It was how someone else was speaking on your behalf and asking. That's what.
Guest spot ain't do nothing. They just
The
like,
guest spot didn't do shit.
Fuck you.
But then what the comic said was, they said they can take 5 minutes of my time and they can just bring me up. And I said, that's so anyway, they said that, and I kind of let them think what they wanted to think, because I didn't say that was happening. And I have stuff to do. So when it was up to that person about to go up, I was like, all right, you're about to go up. I said, keep type 5, please, because we're already running over.
Hold on, I just want to get absolute clarification.
Yes.
The person that was booked, was they verified, or the person that was trying to get up?
The person that was booked was verified.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
The person that they wanted to get up, I don't know if they were verified or not, because I'm not on their social.
So the person that's verified, the person that's verified is like, yo, put my friend up.
Yes.
Because
they gonna bring me up.
Right. So he or she got an opener.
He or she. It was like towards middle end of show.
Okay.
So this wasn't even top of the show.
Okay.
So they're trying to tell me what basically
on your show how to
like
work
you.
it.
That's like you coming up like, hey, can CT come up and take some of my time? And I'm like, okay. And then you're like, and can he bring me up too?
Right.
Instead of me coming up to bring him up, like
Keep going.
or whatever.
Okay.
So anywho, so then I'm talking to the guest and I'm like, okay, type 5. Because we're running for time or whatever, and and that person was like, okay,
definitely a dude. She slipped and said he.
Continue. Anyway, that person was like, I'm gonna just call them X and Y, X and Y. And so Y was like, should I bring up X? And I was like, no, you're gonna do your set as normal, and then we'll take it from there. And then Y is like, okay, cool. So we bring Y up. Y does their thing, and
Please don't say it. Please don't say
look,
it.
we're packed though. We're packed, right? So we couldn't go on the other side of the stage. We had to use a different side. So X is standing near, ironically, where my boyfriend was sitting and where another one of my friends were sitting by the wall. So he was standing. He or she was standing.
Got the she, got the he. Fuck. Got the she and the he. Continue.
So he or she was standing near to two of my people. I'm on stage, and we usually do like a quick little like raffle giveaway. It's cost all of 2 minutes because they already have raffle tickets. I'll give stuff away really quick to palette reset just in case that guest bombed. Right? Which is kind of, I'm not going to call it a full bomb, but y'all know how it goes when there's uncomfortable laughter and the room is kind of quiet. And so it was that feeling. But as comics, we've all been there. So it's like
loose five.
It is what it is, And so we do a quick raffle, whatever. We bring that person up to do their thing. Their set was what it was. It gets back to me at the end.
Talking about the verified person.
The verified person.
That's cool.
So the guest spot bombed, and the verified person was
It was whatever. And so that the person who was booked, I asked before they done their set if they could do a quick interview upstairs in the green room. Oh yeah, I'll do it after my set. No pictures, no nothing. That's why I was laughing at you. Like, let's do the group photo first. I'm like, I might have to do that from now on.
Oh yeah,
because this person darted out. They were clearly upset. I didn't know they were upset, but people came to me and was like, "Oh man, that comic was pissed," and I was like, "For what?" I don't know. They were mad. They said they were about to bomb, and that this was obnoxious that you guys were doing a raffle or whatever. But guess what? That's to reset the room because the person just stunk it up. So we trying to reset. We trying to get the audience to feel good again and like have them having like, okay, y'all got some stuff. Y'all gonna sit through this last comic, good energy, whatever. You've been there. So once I heard that, I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, left it alone. Saw that they reposted something from the show. I said, hey, great set, even though it was, bless you, even though it was, whatever.
Got COVID in his throat.
No.
I said, I was like, great set. Thank you for coming through. On the page, I posted some photos of the room, and I was saying, sold out room. Thank you for coming. Like we were talking about the scroll. It was a compiled scroll, only photos. I get DMs from this person. Take down this video of me. You got a video of me telling my joke, and it sounds like I'm bombing. Da 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 da. You didn't ask for permission, and I'm like, whoa. I said, where do you see a video of you? Because I didn't post a video. They're all pictures. So they sent me the post, and I was like, oh no. It was like it looked like a photo, but when it's like a live photo and you can hear audio in the back.
Yeah.
It was an honest mistake. I just posted it, so I took it down. I said, no worries. No one saw it, so calm down. Like, it's fine.
Right.
They're like, I can't believe that, and I take this very seriously, and da-da-da. I'm like, I see. And then I reposted it, properly. But I'm just like,
She on TV?
Yeah.
I think I know.
But we'll talk about it later. But the whole point of that, me saying that was how you were saying, like, how people act and how people do. It's like,
let me give you this.
It's just not even necessary. It's just not. You don't have to be rude. Like,
It costs you nothing to be nice to somebody.
it costs nothing. And clearly, I'm not gonna post nobody's set if no one's laughing. That's not between you or me. And I always ask them, if you guys don't like this post or whatever, let me know.
Yeah.
The spotlights, we got Pat Johnson and shout out John A. On the spotlight, because I asked them in advance, are you okay with me posting this set? Because it was a good set. If not, then I won't. And if they say yes, then I'll post it.
May I?
Yes, of course.
If I may, with this circumstance for your show moving forward, I don't know how you run your ship, but I will say, if ever somebody bombs, before you do the raffle, you have to make it funny again to reset the room before you do the raffle. Because if you just do a raffle, yes, you're resetting the room, but you're making it cold again, right? So picture somebody bombing and the crowd is like, oh, get this nigga off the stage, right? And then you go up like, all right, guys, give it up for, okay, so we're going to do a raffle right now. Who had 1, 2, 6, 5? You? Okay, you get a spa treatment. All right, guys, we're going to keep the show going. It's like, I hear you, but it's got to be, even if you address the person that just bombed, I would have told the story. This motherfucker is a guest spot and you stunk up the show. At this point, I could have put you first or whatever. Right. And then after you say something funny, then they're laughing. You be like, all right, y'all, I want to do a raffle. If they laughing really hard, just bring the next comedian up. If they are just laughing moderately and you like, you know what, I'm still going to do the raffle right now, but just bring them up before you do the raffle.
They were up.
Oh, so you got them up?
No, they were up. Everyone was up. It was great because earlier in the show, I pretty much identified the age groups in the room. So I kind of knew where everybody was sitting.
Yeah.
So people won stuff, and there was an older couple in the middle that were in the 40s, 50s crowd, and I gave them the biggest giveaway. So there was already a really big feeling by the time that person came up.
Are they laughing as well when you're doing? Oh,
everybody
got it.
was having a good time.
It
wasn't like a complete total bomb where like the room was out.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say that person necessarily bombed, but it was like one of those.
They didn't kill either.
They did. Yeah, it was just like
cool.
one of those.
Cool.
Mid. It was mid. It wasn't high.
How you can't be?
It wasn't. It wasn't top shelf. Huh?
After all of the stuff that it took for that person to get on stage, which they don't know about, you only doing 5 minutes, and you can't give your absolute
Well,
best.
I'm gonna tell you why, because that room particularly. I think for some comics they think it's a tough room. The improv lab, it can be tough, but
I never seen anyone kill in there.
they do.
I don't go there enough either.
Yes. Well, you've been busy. I
booked another spot.
I done hit you up a couple times.
I know. I'll be out of town and
You
shit.
be out of town,
Yeah.
but
It felt good to kill in that room because of the bar, the way the bar is. It just make you feel like it's like some grungy shit.
yeah, y'all done killed it. I mean, Jeremy's done really well in there. Pap's done really well in there. PK really brought the room down. Weight ball was
brought the room down in a good way.
in a good way, like,
I was like,
brought
you
it down,
very
like,
down.
brought
Tore
the
the
house
house
down.
down.
Tore the house down.
Let me rephrase.
PK, you're trash. No, I don't know who that is.
Brought the
I don't know.
brought the roof down is what I meant to say. But for me, I think in that room, what works is energy, and you really got to be connected to the people. But when you come up there like, I'm on TV, I'm funny, they just gonna look at you like,
That never
then
works.
make me laugh. Like, what are you doing?
Trust me, I know.
But that's what I was saying. When you rest on the laurels, I feel like there's just a certain level of humility that we have to have as comedians. So whether you got laurels and credits or not, I feel like that doesn't always equate talent and being a fun person to work with.
You're right.
Because that person now just left me a salty taste in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not a good one.
And they may be great, but like going forward, you like, dang, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to spin the block with that one.
And it's funny that you say that. And the reason that I love that you said that is there's a reason I didn't say these two people's names. Is one, because although they left sour tastes in my mouth, I do believe that both of these people are extremely talented, and I don't want their names to be soiled with anyone.
Right.
Even though 50% of the two people that I named are god awful, but I just
You
don't
guys gave such good clues. I'm pretty sure with some Google searching.
That's hilarious.
Y'all
Low-key,
y'all gave all the best clues.
While Megan was
I'm gonna look at her
talking,
flyer.
that's what I did. It's not up. That's what I was doing. I went on her Instagram. I was like, well, this is a very nice Instagram. First of all, very nice Instagram page. I was like, oh, this is very nice. And I was looking for the flyer. I was like,
You took the flyer down. I want to do a quick social media confusion story of not how to use it or whatever. Not even using it, just dealing with comics or whatever. So I remember I was headlining Carolines, and that's like supposed to be a achievement in the comics career. What I thought was dope was a lot of comics from our class was also, just people that came up, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, this is dope. So I'm showing it like, yo, this is me. I'm headlining this week, couple weeks. This person thinks like Preacher Lawson and a couple other people, and I get to the other one and I go, okay, cool. And I was like, just showing like, hey, this is dope, right? I posted it. Then I got a DM was like, hey, you was only on me for like 5 seconds, bro. I was like, I didn't realize, I didn't know. Like, yo, I need you to start showing me some more respect when it comes to the post or whatever. So I was like, all right.
was
So
serious
I gave
or joking?
Serious joke. It's the way this person handles issues. That person's Clayton Thomas. I gave him an exclusive shout out after
what about
that.
this is you?
He demanded it in a D. He was like, yo, he said for some reason your wrist just went down after me.
So wait a minute, you was at Caroline's too perform? You was about to be
He was
performing?
like probably like maybe a month or so.
Yeah,
out,
maybe a month after him, but it was like, it's like same calendar timing. Anyway, Scippio's doing a joint. He's like, yo, we got such and such. We got such, oh, that's crazy. And we got such and such. And we got such and such. All right, so look, check. And I was like, hey, man. Hey, man,
said,
Hold on,
well,
Hey,
we're not
wait,
putting it.
hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Scipio the benefit of the doubt, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna defend you.
Go ahead.
The benefit of the doubt is, you know, when you doing a story, the time might be running out.
Yeah.
And
They
he-
changed it now though. Yeah.
And he could have been like, the clock is ticking,
Yep.
and I gotta hurry up and finish what I'm about to say before it runs out. That's number one.
Yeah.
In his defense, you don't respect this nigga.
No.
No, you don't see him as the same, because you came up with him as a peer. You don't see him as the same caliber
That is
as
not
a
true. That's
preacher
hilarious.
author.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I wouldn't have posted it. I literally was just showing that. I think it was only one like person that was. I think it was like Pauly Shore in the middle. Everybody else, I was like, "Yo, I'm proud of all these people." You know what I'm saying? But I respected it. I was like, I gave him a whole story by himself. You know, like a whole one. I'm like, hey, did I argue? I was like, all right.
But here's the thing. So in defense of Scipio, first you could have easily been like, "Hey man, fuck off, kiss my ass." That's number one. However, the reason I even had said anything is because I was like, "Hey man, we've known each other for years." Like, I also appreciated the fact that I did say something because he gave me my own joint after that. I was like, "Wow, this is dope." If I wouldn't have said anything, I'd have been feeling, like, and just held it in. So it's always a good practice to talk to people that you know and
Yeah,
communicate.
it was fine. It's communication.
Yeah, man.
It was
but
funny.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this flower, bro. And not even because you said that I was gonna do this anyway. Man, I remember when Scipio really started out here, and I was hosting First Impressions of Chocolate Sundays, and he would do sets, and they would go cool. But it was like he wasn't Jeremy Scippio yet. And then as years start coming, he became Scipio. Like he started dropping, like everybody started like, "Yo, Scipio. And then he did the New York run. There was like, "Yo, Scipio. And he was like, "Yo, I got a special going. Yo, Scipio. And I was like, "Yo." And then to see the culmination of all of that at that time, be Caroline's, I'm like, oh my God, this guy has done it. This is not the 3 minutes, let me try and squeeze as many funny things as I can in. This is, I'm me, I'm funny as shit, and I got fans now. And it was such an incredible thing to see, and you deserve it, bro. You've done so well for yourself, dude.
Thank you, man.
I
Appreciate
second that
man.
motion.
Praise God. I agree too.
Love all you guys, man. I'll be hurt if something happen to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna cry
Man, I
like a
love
bitch.
you back. That's, man. Woo.
So, on that note, what y'all got? What y'all got coming up? What's your socials? Got any shows? Any whatever?
Jeremy, call me on Instagram. Shows,
Or podcasts or whatever?
podcast, Splendid Radio, Farside TV, every Tuesday. Shows. I think I'm going back to Memphis. I just did Memphis. Going back to Memphis. Doing was it San Diego? I don't know. Just Instagram. Check me out. That's too much.
Let me see. I'm gonna come in with the sultry voice.
Hey.
I wanted to speak to the mental health stuff. I do have an IG live show called Soul for Real, where myself and my therapist friend Nicole, shout out Ice Cole, we just have a very realistic. She's from Florida. She's in West Palm.
Hey, shout out to Florida.
So we just have a, realistic conversation, just kind of like what we were tapping on about, like just size and being in our bodies and emotionally not being able to convey shit. We just talk shit, to be honest. And she tries to answer questions, and it's just some, knowledgeable things that we touch on there. Laugh Your Truth Lit comedy show. Next show is February 19th at the Hollywood Improv, and March 13th at the Grizzly Pear Midtown in New York.
Oh yeah, I performed there before.
So
Not Midtown, the one in
that's the new
Greenwich
one,
Village.
in the
That's
Village.
the one I've done. Yeah.
So they opened a new club in
Nice.
Midtown. So we just got green light for that. So if you're in town, let me know. You want to slide through, or if you're in town,
Congratulations,
let me
by the way.
know. Slide through. Thank you. Yeah. And then that's kind of it for me. MeganSousa.com for everything else.
Sousa. I
And
said Sousa. Sousa.
people say Sousa. I respond to both. It's fine. Anyway,
Sousa's
that's
dope.
me.
At CT is dope on everything. Caffeine. I'm streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. There are a lot of stand-up shows. Don't know when this will be out, so I won't even tell y'all. But if you go to my social sites, you can see it all. Always an honor being here, Justin. Thank you for having me, man. Always a great conversation.
Hey, man,
Great
straight
people.
up, straight up.
Get a chance to meet new folks, man. So this is dope. And yeah, man. Hires, bro. When What do you want this year?
My dick to come out.
Wait, what? Is it hiding? Is it tucked?
Is he on strike?
Where is it?
Like a groundhog. Man, I want my dick to come out. Man.
Hiding?
No, I'm joking. You know, honestly, what I want a show. I have some shows in development, so I want one of those to get picked up. And I want to grow my social media following because I really want to get back on tour consistently. And I don't want to be concerned about if people go be in the audience.
Yeah.
So my main focus right now is getting one of my TV shows developed and then also continue to build my fan base. So at least by next year, I could be selling out shows.
Is Rush Hour coming out this year?
Rush Hour?
I mean, not Rush Hour. Fully cooked.
Yeah, fully baked.
Fully baked.
Yeah, they changed. It's just half baked too now.
They don't change.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's supposed to come out April. 420.
Nice.
Supposed to come out 420. I did a little cameo in that, and yeah, I mean,
Were you happy how it came out?
I haven't seen it yet. Now the director told me it's great. You know, he said it's really good. I checked in on it because I know he just submitted like his edited cut, like I think last week or the week before last. So he said he's really proud of it. I haven't seen it yet. You know, and
I know you're gonna tell us if you don't like it.
yeah, and
You
that
are,
will be
don't tell
that
us.
will be discussed more on an In My Feelings episode.
Hey.
But yeah, so yeah, but so I got the Half Baked coming out. That got shot, and it's you know.
Has any director ever said, "Oh man, it's some bullshit"?
Exactly. No, no, they have not, and that's why I'm reserving. That's why I'm saying he's saying it's good,
Right.
but he directed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know what I wrote versus changes that were made and revisions. So I know what I wrote and ultimately what was shot is still two different.
What did you shoot? It was you and your homeboys down in Florida. You were directing and you got the chair and you said short people.
Oh, that was in Atlanta. I might still put that's another show I was developing.
Was that the HBCU one?
No, Homecoming. That's a different
Homecoming.
movie.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be an In My Feelings episode. I might do that one after y'all leave for real.
What is in your feelings? Is it just you?
Just me. It's just me, and I'm just in my feelings. And I'm just. This is what I've realized about Hollywood. They'll purchase an idea you have, and then they'll try to take your vision and turn it into their vision.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
And they just want to own the IP, but they really don't want to do what you had constructed. It's like, oh, okay, this is a great idea. Now, how can we make it so that we feel comfortable with this material and let us turn it into what we want to see? And then it's trash. And that's why all their shit is trash. That's why most people's shit is trash. And when something is actually original and authentic, it pops, you know, and people are like, oh, damn. Like, imagine if, like, FX was trying to give Donald Glover notes on Atlanta.
Right.
It wouldn't be Atlanta.
Right.
Or same thing with HBO with Issa Rae. I know she received notes, but she received notes from Larry Wilmore. I think HBO probably gave her some notes, too. But it still remained authentic, and I'm sure it still remained at its core her vision for these characters. So to say for Homecoming, I be dealing with people that like the idea of Homecoming, but they're always trying to turn it into something that it's not authentic. I'm like, we don't talk like this, or we wouldn't do this. These are the subject. Like, it is what it is. And again, that comes from being a real nigga. And when they read it, they're like, oh, this might be too real. You see, like, we thought we wanted this, but then when they start getting into the real minutia and the edits and stuff, can you cut this? Can you cut that? Can you change this? Can you take this scene out? And it's like, well, now it ain't special no more. It's a regular-ass movie that you see on Hulu.
So 2 things. One very important thing, I'll start with that first. When it comes to Hollywood taking ideas, I think it's a great business model. It's no different than a comedian giving you a joke or a tag, and you be like, I like the thought of that. I'm going to turn it into what works for me. That's what the business does. For you, I feel like you know at least some drug dealers or some people with some money down in Florida that can invest in
Independently
you,
produced,
and you keep your vision the way that you want.
I agree. That's something I'm thinking about.
I mean, that's the other
It's
thing.
I thought you would have done that by now. That's what I thought you were going to do at first, independently.
When it come with
produced.
Homecoming, well, I had 50 Cent was the executive producer. I'm not fucking spending my money when I got legitimate financiers
That's true.
and somebody attached to it. Yeah, so he was but he wasn't the issue. It was another company that they were also the financiers. They were supposed to pay for it. They couldn't get an A-list director. And what I was telling them is no A-lister director is going to direct this movie because Kevin Hart's not in it. You know, so it's like if you don't have Mike Epps or you know what I'm saying? Like if Morris Chestnut or one of these type people aren't in this movie, no A-list director is going to direct this movie. A-list directors become A-list because they found some up-and-coming music director. Like F. Gary Gray directed Friday coming off of music videos.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Same thing with
Do you have a director in mind or someone you would
I found
want?
somebody, but he wasn't A-list. They met with him and everything. So it'd just be a bunch of dealing with shit
It's
like
the
that.
politics.
It'd be the politics, you know. So now this go around, I had another company. They were interested. But I don't think that's gonna work out.
Second, create a character, bro. You are far too talented and too likable to not have a character developed that will make people feel comfortable with you until you make the money to not have to do the character anymore. The thing that
You mean like a Tyler Perry? Oh, you mean a character in reality?
Will Smith spent 20 years creating that character.
Yeah.
And before the slap and all of that, he told everybody, I'm tired of being this character.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, Will, you crazy. Take a picture with me. And then he destroyed that character.
Right.
But he got the money already.
This what
Create your character.
This what I honestly feel. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've come too far. It's like I'm at a point now. It's like if anything, I'm trying to be more authentic than to continue to hide who I am.
Now I'm not saying hide
It's
who you
gonna
are.
come out regardless.
It's gonna come out regardless. So I'm at a point where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna continue to put in the work, which I do. So like when I'm not here, I be on business calls and meetings. Like I said, developing my shows. One of my shows, we got an A-lister attached to one of my shows.
Nice.
You know, will it get made? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Got a meeting about it this Thursday.
Sometimes those things take so long. They're such slow ass burns.
Definitely with movies.
Yeah, with movies they take so long.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged. I mean, I've watched my significant other deal with this shit for the last few years with his movie that should be coming out this summer.
That should look good too.
Tyrone,
Yeah, that look good.
with Jamie Foxx and.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I got a little cameo in there. Jewel Taylor.
Man, hold on a second. I feel like, because when you said the Clone Tyrone, I'm like, that rings a bell. Yeah, they had the trailer. I forgot what movie I saw, but it looked good.
I think the trailer did look good.
Yeah.
Shout out
This,
to Michael. But you know, it's something just like with, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of a rite to passage too, like where I feel like the industry kind of wants to kind of put you through, like make sure that it's not too easy for you.
I agree. Well, listen, I did this ain't my first rodeo, so not even before Homecoming, I wrote another script before for another dude, an A-list movie producer. So I done been through the ringer. Half Baked 2 was a lesson, you know, like I said, what I wrote and what, I'm just happy it got shot. BT Kingsley had to tell me that. He was like, listen, man, a win is a win, bro. You know, the shit got made.
That's what I'm saying. Movies getting made is crazy. Well, I was bringing that up to say, he says all the time, I'm so shocked that the movie got made because it took him years from the point of writing it to the point where he got options, to the point where you shopping it, to the point where you're attaching pre-pro, developing, shooting it, post, da 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 da. There's so many steps where it's like, damn.
How's his relationship with Jamie Foxx? Because I actually need to holler at Jamie.
We'll talk off
he be using this
Don't
podcast.
say that too loud.
He said,
Don't say that too
I got
loud.
a
'cause,
book.
You know, people be in the DM, so I shouldn't even said that.
Hey, so I heard that you listen to the whole podcast, and that's all you pull from this. It's like, hey, baby girl, let me just. So here's what I will say: you and your man look great together. Y'all have very similar energies from what I see in this picture. He looks like a very grounded, nice guy.
He is. I feel like I'm the firecracker, and he's like, we balance each other out. Wouldn't you say that, Jeremy?
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's like super calm and mellow.
Cool.
Like he's a gamer. Like he's a
He be on Avengers.
he be on all of them.
Oh.
He has them all the games.
I be on that Avengers.
The die. What's
Dragon
that?
Ball FighterZ. Mortal
No.
Kombat. Modern Warfare.
No. Overwatch.
Oh, Overwatch.
So he's on all the games, so he's got that real chill energy.
I be playing Oda and shit too.
He's like, oh no.
I be playing.
I done lied. We was wrapping up 20 minutes ago.
I know, right?
We was wrapping up 20 minutes ago. I told Jeremy, I said 11 to 12. Jeremy,
I wasn't gonna say that.
yeah, Jeremy it's almost 1 o'clock. Hey man, hey man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jeremy, Megan, CT. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Share the podcast with your friends, man. And remember one thing, and this is for sure. If you've been offended by anything that you heard today, just remember this. Fuck your feelings.
Want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back, it's tempting.